Today I'm going to show you how to change the color of your soda can. So depending on what product you have will depend on what color that you will choose for the can. So step number one is I want to make sure that I have my color panel, that I can easily see it. If you cannot or you don't see it at all, let's go to Windows, Workspace, Reset Essentials, and then it gets you back to where it should be. And then go over to Windows, and if you still can't see this color panel, go over to Windows and then make sure there's a check mark by color, because you need to have this. Then the next thing you need to do is, as you see your layer panel right here, you can also see that it says index. So you need to change it from an index, alright? So we'll go over here to the image menu, mode, and make sure that it's on RGB. So click on RGB, and you'll know it's not, because then once you change it to RGB it should say background now. So we're ready to go. I want to change this green color, so depending on what product you have and your target audience, then you want to change the color to whatever you've chosen. So now to change the color, we're going to go up to the image menu up here at top, go over to adjustments, and then we'll go all the way down to replace color. And here's this replace color box. So you'll notice offhand that yours will have green. I've been messing around so mine isn't. But then you'll notice right here you've got an eyedropper tool. So you don't have to click on it, it's already selected. So what we're going to do is we're going to move our mouse on your can and choose, like I can tell right now on this can, mostly it's the darker green color that there's a majority of. So I'm just going to click here on my green can right here, click once, and then what's going to happen is we're going to deal with these three items right here. But at the same time, while I'm dragging any of these, I'm really dragging without looking to the left at first. And then I'm looking over here. So I'm dragging, but I'm really not looking here at how much I'm dragging, because I'm watching this right here, the colors that are popping onto here. Alright? So now we want the main color that you want your soda can to be, whether that's purple, whether that's orange, whether that's white, whether that's black, blue, whatever. We want the main color, and that is hue. Now, look here, and I'm just telling you, I'm dragging over to the left. So as I'm dragging over to the left, look what happens right through here on the color panel. So as I drag over to the left, you can see where it's changing the color of my can, more of a yellow, and then somewhat of an orange, a burnt orange, a reddish, and it's getting pinkish. Now, if I drag over to the right, then I get different colors: green, bluish, purple, pinkish. So now it depends on what color. So you're dragging the hue to get the main color that you want, okay? Whether it's purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, whatever. Now, just for my demonstration purposes, let's just say that I want a pink color. So I'm going to have to drag one way or the other so I can finally get a pink hue. And I can actually get a pink hue whether I drag left or right, but I know eventually I want something up here, okay? Now, once you get the main color, you have saturation, this second one right here. So it's going to drag this little circle either down to the bottom or more over here to the left or the right. So now I'm dragging my saturation to the left, and as I'm dragging to the left, look at what's happening over here. So I'm starting dragging to the left, and it looks like my color picker is going over to the left a little bit. See that? Alright, now what's going to happen is the lightness will start going straight up. So I'm kind of wanting this straight up look. So now I'm going to stop on saturation and I'm going to go to lightness. Now what happens if I drag to the left? See, it's getting darker. What happens if I drag to the right? It's going up, right? If I drag to the left, it's going down to the bottom where it's darker on the color panel right here. If I drag to the right, it's going up. And I want it to go up, but I need it to go over to the right a little more. So I'm going to go over to saturation, and notice what happens if I drag to the right. It's dragging that circle over to the right, okay? So then there you go. So that's exactly how you do it. I can go back to lightness and it's starting to drag a little bit more. until I get exactly the shade and get this little color picker to the shade I want. Alright? So let's say I want that pink look. So I can tell that by now I'm getting the pink look. It's not pink everywhere because I still have one thing to do. This is only to get the main shade of color that you want. Now, once I have that, I'll click over here in the middle eyedropper tool. So click the middle eyedropper tool. And now go over to the rest of the green and click once with the eyedropper tool. And that's how you change the shade. Just click in all the places that are still, that you need to change that color to. Okay? Once you have it the exact color that you want, click OK. And now your color's ready, and now your can's ready to go to continue on with your creation of your product.